So, tell us what this ODU does then, Pete.
Well, the ODU is where the 5G or 4G signal comes into the premises. So this lives outdoors. This is where the SIM lives. It sits behind a waterproof encasement. So that comes off with the Phillips screwdriver. SIM sits in there, then screw that back on tight. So that's keeps that watertight. That's where the gland comes in. When the Ethernet cable goes in the base, it goes through the gland, and then the gland seals that too. So that's why we have that assembled as we do. So that's where the signal into the building comes. That's Ethernet cable then down to the inside of the building where the controller lives. This is the heart of the SimRush system. This is what provides you your firewall, your routing, your DHCP, your IP addressing, DNS lookups, the lot. Everything comes onto here. And if you have a static public IP address, that also is pushed to this unit, not the outdoor unit. It comes straight to the controller.
So the controller's the device that's sort of in charge then? That's the more dominant device?
It's the heart of the system is the controller.
And correct. In terms of the static IP address, am I right in thinking that because that's going to that controller, obviously the SIM isn't in there, so that's why you can put the fixed IP onto any kind of SIM from any carrier?
From any carrier, it's carrier independent, and it's why if you've got more than one outdoor unit, or if you've got an outdoor unit and an auxiliary broadband, irrespective of which connection is in charge at that particular moment in time, the IP address remains static on the controller because it's the controller that receives that.
So I guess then you could have two of these and you could have different carriers, you could have different SIMs, and you could have just one fixed IP address, which is pretty cool, right?
One fixed IP address, and like I say, independent from whatever carrier you're using or whatever backup auxiliary broadband you're using. The static IP from us will always stay the same.
Okay, that's really interesting. Good to know, thanks. So of all the controllers that we have, can we use any of them with this 5G ODU?
The minimum level that we recommend is the Pro. So because this is so much faster than the other devices, the amount of data that it can transport at any one moment in time, the SimRush Pro units do have larger processors. They can handle faster data. They're all gigabit ready. There's a 10 gig SFP fiber port, so for fiber switch distribution within your business, if that's where this is going to live. So the capacity in this is much greater than the other standard units. So the Pro is where you need to start with 5G.